What's up YouTube, Zero here, and today I have a blueprint review of the crash dummy, which is a blueprint of the Ram 7 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. In this video, I'll go over the attachment setup, I'll go over the looks of the blueprint that you can see in the top right hand corner. I'll talk about when you want to use this, when you may not want to use it, and finally I will talk about if you should use this build or if you should lose this blueprint. Before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Call of Duty content. I do a bunch of other video games, so feel free to check those out as well. Without further ado, let's get into the review of the crash dummy blueprint. First, let's talk about the attachments. Coming in at first, because it's on the muzzle, is the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. If you know me, you already know I love suppressors. I love being an assassin or a ghost, so I'm already liking the start of this build. What this particular suppressor is going to do, of course, you're going to be undetectable by radar. It's going to help out with the recoil control. It's going to increase bullet velocity, and it's also going to increase damage range. This is going to be at a cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. So as you can see, what this is going to do is that actually makes this for a little bit longer range of a weapon. It's going to increase damage over distance and make the Ram a little bit better at longer range at a cost of shorter range attachments or statistics that you'd want on the gun, maybe depending on your play style. Next, we have a barrel, the Cronin Headwind Long Barrel. This is also going to increase the bullet velocity in range, so again, making the gun better at longer ranges. It's also going to enhance the aiming idle sway and the firing aim stability. Firing aim stability is something I love enhancing on every gun. It makes it a lot easier to shoot at enemies. However, this is going to be at a cost of hip fire and tack stance spread, aim walking speed, and again, the sprint to fire speed. So again, another attachment that's enhancing the ranged combat at a cost of the closer quarter combat. Now, even though we are getting into a more longer range weapon, I'm showing this on shipment just because it's a lot more action. I like showing builds on the closer range maps because you can get a lot more action. You'll see some longer range combat, closer range combat, so you get it all, and you're also seeing a lot more action rather than playing on a bigger map. So that's just why I'm showing you this crash dummy on shipment. Next, we're going to have an optic, the Corio ELT 10 2.5. So this is going to have a 2.5 times magnification at a cost of aim down sight speed and aim walking speed, again enhancing a little bit longer range combat. And you can see the sight every time I'm aiming down. I do enjoy it. It does enhance the vision, so it is a very nice sight that I enjoy using, especially on this crash dummy blueprint for the Ram 7. Now we have a stock, which is the HVS 3.4 pad. This is going to enhance our gun kick control and recoil control at a cost of sprint to fire speed, sprint speed, and movement speed. Again, enhancing the longer range combat. You're starting to see a theme with what the crash dummy blueprint is doing for the Ram. And finally, last but not least, we do have a rear grip. This is the Retort 90 grip tape. What this is going to do is enhance the firing aim stability, gun kick control, recoil control at a cost of aiming idle sway. Let's be honest, you've already seen as we've gone through this attachment setup what this blueprint is going to enhance for the Ram and what it's going to detract from. The Ram 7 is more known to be a closer range assault rifle. I'm sure there are other assault rifles off of the top of your head that you already know that you're going to use for longer ranges. However, this blueprint, if you want to utilize the Ram 7 at a little bit longer ranges, is going to do just that. However, it is going to be at a cost of the closer range combat. Your aim down sight time is going to be a lot slower. Your sprint to fire speed is going to be a lot slower. So if you're a run and gun type player, you're probably going to want to use a different attachment setup on the Ram. However, if you're a slower player or maybe in a slower game mode, this may be the perfect setup on the Ram for you. I am typically, depending on how I feel that day, but typically I am a slower, more methodical type player. I'm not running around. There's a reason why I don't use a submachine gun. I'm not as good with them as I am assault rifles because I'm a little bit slower of a player. I do like capturing objectives, but this is a slower paced type of blueprint for the Ram and attachment setup. So that's what it's going to be good at. And to be honest, I love this setup on the Ram. I've been struggling to find a good Ram setup for me because, again, I am a longer range type player. This is perfect for me. I absolutely love this setup. It's great for medium to longer range combats. The recoil is really easy to control on this. It's set up for the longer ranges. Again, it's going to be at a cost at close range combat. Not saying you can't succeed, but it's going to be a little bit harder to succeed at the closer range combat. But the bullet velocity is really enhanced, so that is a benefit to the closer range combat, but you are at a cost of that aim down sight time and sprint to fire speed. But I absolutely love this. I am full on the Crash Dummy train. I recommend checking this out, especially if you're a slower type of player. I love this build. I'm utilizing this and I'm really succeeding with it and having a blast with it. Now, let's real quickly talk about the camo, because that's one of the reasons why you may want to unlock this gun. I got this from the season pass right now, the battle pass that we have going on currently, season 2 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So that's where I unlocked it. I'm actually liking the Crash Dummy type look, the yellow with the dark gray. It looks awesome. I love this camo as well as the gun. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this camo. Have you unlocked the Crash Dummy, and what do you think of this build? Is it your style, or are you gonna pass on it? I love it. I recommend checking it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Peace.